A big hi to all CA Inter students. Hope all of you are preparing very well for September examinations. Here is the list of all-time high-scoring topics, or we can say the important topics you need to cover from advanced accounting. We have approximately 2 weeks of time for examinations. Now, this is the very crucial time. Whatever the little time available now, you need to focus on the important things. Next 10 days, if you can able to spend 50 hours of time with 100% focus and attention on the following topics, guys, trust me, you are going to get exemption. Sure shot, you are going to get 60 plus. Of course, already all of you had some idea about all the chapters. Now this is the time you need to focus on the revision. So when it comes to the revision, what are the things I need to revise? What are the areas I need to focus more? Here is the list. So next coming 10 days, devote yourself on following topics and spend 50 hours of your time with 100% focus and attention on these topics. Okay, now say this. First chapter, preparation of financial statements of a company. This is the first chapter. In this chapter, Schedule 3 format and also dividend from past profit rules. Schedule 3 format is the most important. Everybody should have a basic idea about how we are going to prepare the balance sheet and P&L account as per the Schedule 3. And also, whenever a company declares any dividend from the past profits, what are the rules they need to follow? This is also one of the area they are testing quite frequently. And 4 hours is what we need. Usually a 14 marks question they are asking from this chapter. 14 marks. Trust me guys, from financial statements of company, they are not asking any out of the way questions. They are asking same questions, repetitive questions, which is there from the study material. So if you can able to solve the study material questions properly, last time I think I have given a list of questions also to be solved, then this chapter will be done. So this is the first chapter. Next, coming to cash flow statement, accounting standard 3, including accounting standard 3. In cash flow statement, you need to focus on the indirect method. 4 hours is what we require. And usually a 7 marks to 14 marks question is a possibility from cash flow statement. Every attempt they are going to ask one question. Indirect method is what you need to look after. In indirect methods, sometimes net profit before tax will not be given. You need to calculate. You need to understand how it has to be calculated. And also tax adjustments you need to understand. Working capital changes. And also when gross cost of the asset is given separately, provision for depreciation given separately, then in such a situation, how I need to prepare the ledger accounts, how to ascertain the balancing figures, how I need to connect this with the cash flow statement, all these things you need to focus. Now, my suggestion is, this time I have uploaded a new revision marathon. In that, what I have done is, I have covered all the important areas with examples comprehensively. And or also, last time I have given one video called important adjustments. Even if you see that important adjustment video, and all the adjustments, how net profit before tax will be calculated, tax adjustments, everything I have explained. So kindly refer those videos. Now coming to buyback chapter, sir. Buyback of securities, again one of the very scoring areas. In this you need to focus only on what? Limitations of buyback. Whenever a company is going for buyback, so there are 3 tests. Shares outstanding test, resource test, debt equity ratio test. Out of these 3 tests, the most important test is debt equity ratio test, which most of the students are struggling to understand. Again, relating to debt equity ratio test, see my revision marathon video available from the YouTube. I've solved some questions also. So you see those questions, you follow those questions, you can complete it within a quick span of time and you can complete this chapter. 2 hours is only what required for revision of this buyback chapter. And usually you will get a 7 marks question from this chapter. Next, amalgamation. In amalgamation, the most important areas you need to focus is PC calculation, purchase consideration calculation, especially net assets method and also the intrinsic value method. Net assets method, intrinsic value method, and transferee company books accounting. transferee company books accounting is very, very important, because transfer company anyway is going to be liquidated. The only thing is that there is a dissolution, you need to close the books of account. So the major focus is on transferee company books. So when you are understanding the transferee company books, sir, how incorporation entry will be recorded, how goodwill, capital reserve will be ascertained, if there are any intercompany transactions, how it will be dealt, if there are any statutory reserves, how it will be dealt, liquidation expenses adjustments, these are the important areas you need to focus. Again, please see my revision marathon video to complete entire chapter of amalgamation with concepts in a quick span of time. Okay, and 5 hours is what I'm allocating. So these timings I allocated according to my judgment and knowledge. So depending upon the student's requirement, they can here and there, they can add 1 hour or they can less 1 hour. Okay, 14 marks question, that is what they're asking generally from amalgamation. Of course, relating to purchase consideration, they can ask an individual question also. Next, another chapter is internal reconstruction. See, I believe internal reconstruction is more of a problem based chapter. You have to solve number of questions to understand internal reconstruction properly. But relating to internal reconstruction, try to understand more about how subdivision and consolidation of shares will be done, reduction of share capital as per the Companies Act, what are the different combinations in this reduction of share capital, and surrender of shares. So see my revision marathon video. There is a concept video relating to internal reconstruction theory around 40 minutes. So within this 40 minutes, you can able to complete the entire concept. And 4 hours is what I'm allocating it. And 4 to 14 marks you will get. Solve only the suggested, ICI study material questions first. Okay, last time I have given important questions list. This time also, if possible, I will give you the list of important questions you are going to focus. Next, the most important chapter is consolidation, AS21. Consolidation, you need to focus on 2 things. When it comes to consolidation, I'm talking about AS21, sir. Consolidated balance sheet, consolidated P&L. Generally, they will ask consolidated balance sheet, but sometimes they're asking consolidated P&L account also. If they ask P&L account now, then it will be very easy, because there are no much adjustments and calculations when you do consolidated P&L. Okay, consolidated balance sheet is the area you need to focus on. So in consolidated balance sheet, again, analysis and apportionment of subsidiary company profits, minority interest calculation, cost of control calculation, intercompany transactions, if there is any transactions between parent and subsidiary, upstream, downstream, uniformity of accounting policies. See, there is one concept called when subsidiary company following accounting policies which is different from parent company. Now, before consolidation, the subsidiary company balance sheet has to be revised in accordance with the accounting policies of the parent company. Now, in the study material relating to this, one question is there, uniformity of accounting policies. So that area is also very important area. Now see, minority interest, cost of control, intercompany minority interest, cost of control, intercompany transactions. These things can be asked as an individual small questions also. 7 hours is what we required for AS21, including AS23, consolidation AS23. AS27 joint ventures, usually they will not ask. Of course, if they want to ask, they can ask a 4 marks also, but my bet is on 21 and 23. 21, definitely they are going to ask one question. From 23, if possible, there is a small question possible, sir. But 23 is quite easy, sir. So 14 marks is what generally you are going to get from AS21. Next, there is a chapter called framework, sir. In framework, sir, focus on the capital maintenance topic. And also, there is one question, sir. When going concern assumption fails, how you are going to prepare the financial statements of a company? 1 hour, that's what you need to spend. 4 to 7 marks you can get. Now coming to accounting standards, sir, I have given some accounting standards here. AS2, when it comes to inventory valuation, focus on raw material valuation, sir, because everybody knows how inventory will be valued, cost or NR, whichever is lower. But raw material is a little bit different. Raw material valuation depends upon the finished goods valuation. Sometimes raw material cost, generally raw material is valued at cost, but sometimes it is valued at replacement cost also, that area. And how to calculate abnormal loss. If there is an abnormal loss of stock, how it has to be calculated. And in case of joint products and byproducts are given in the question, how we are going to deal it. All these the important areas you need to focus from AS2. So 1.5 hours and try to solve questions from the study material. AS4, again, adjusting, non-adjusting events, very simple topic, very simple standard, small standard. You can complete it in 1 hour along with the questions. Especially focus on the exceptional areas. And see, one important point, sir, when students are writing answers relating to the questions of accounting standards, sir, they are making oversimplification, sir. They are writing everything in their own words. See, remember, when you are referring accounting standards, auditing standards, or law, any provisions from the law, you should not miss the technical words, sir, because the person who is correcting the paper, he will see from the key. If this word, if this sentence is there, he will give the marks. In the process of oversimplification, what you are doing is you are missing some of the important technical words from the standard, right? So make sure that the technical words will be there from the standard, then only you can expect good marks in the examinations. See, relating to this paper, how we are going to answer, how the valuation is happening, how you need to get good marks in examination, I will try to prepare one video, sir. This time I am going to do one video, because this time I have checked so many papers, advanced accounting papers. Most of the students are they're asking the question that, sir, here why they have reduced 1 mark for me, why they have reduced 2 marks, why they have allocated only 50%, like that they're asking. There are certain reasons where student can improve them. I am going to do a separate video on that, so focus on here. Next, accounting standard 7, construction contracts. Usually an MCQ can be asked from A7, or maybe a question. So any one can be asked. 2 hours you need to spend. In A7, sir, there is one concept called combining and segmenting. So there are certain conditions. When a multiple contracts is treated as single contract, when a single contract is treated as multiple contracts, subdivision and combining and segmenting concept, focus on that area. And also calculation of contract profit and cost and profit. So how to calculate the contractual cost, contractual revenue, and how we are going to arrive the contractual profit, especially the important area. At any time the total cost of the contract exceeds the revenue, the excess will be treated as an expenses. We will recognize it. So that important point you need to focus. Now coming to AS10, every attempt they're asking one question, sir. In this AS10, you know, AS10 is such a big standard. Focus on the initial cost measurement, subsequent cost measurement. Initially, when PPE acquired, what are the cost elements, especially decommissioning cost, what are the different costs we need to add, any attributable cost, all those things, and depreciation topic. 3 hours what you need to spend. And also fundamentals, sir, recognition criteria is the area they are testing. Okay, coming to AS11, sir, foreign currency transactions. Whenever a Indian company or Indian enterprise entered any foreign currency transactions, what will be the accounting treatment? And also focus on any option provided under para 46A. So very, very important. Forward contracts also, please try to solve it. So look at the topic, 2 hours. And AS12, government grants, try to cover the entire standard, very simple. AS13, sir, investment accounts. See, when it comes to investment accounts, sir, how investments will be initially measured, initial as well as subsequent measurement of investments. Very, very important. Current investments, long-term investments, and also reclassification of investments. This is one area they're quite frequently testing from AS13. And also learn how to prepare investment account. I observed most of the students are leaving this investment accounts preparation. They're covering the standard, but they are not solving any question relating to investment account preparation. There is a possibility that they may ask a question relating to investment account preparation, especially variable income investments. So please see one variable income investment question, one fixed income investments, come interest, X interest concept, like that. Maybe a question comes, you can. So 2 marks. Now coming to accounting standard 15, I know most of the students are leaving this standard. If you have already left this as a choice, no problem, you leave it, you continue to do it. But if students felt that I need to cover some important area from AS15, then they can cover from post-employment benefits, defined benefit obligation, defined contribution plan. And in this one important area, sir, plan assets concept is there. Plan assets, where they're asking calculate expected return, actual return. So that area, very simple area. So there are 2 questions from the study material, you can solve it. And also how to calculate the current service cost and interest cost in case of defined benefit obligation. Okay. So in study material, one question is there, Roshan Limited, like that. So try to solve that question. 1.5, 1.5 hour you can allocate it. A16, borrowing cost to be capitalized. What is the amount of borrowing cost? Same question they are testing. They will give you some general borrowings, specific borrowings, and they will specify the dates, different dates, how much amount they spend for an asset, and they will ask you how much amount of borrowing cost to be capitalized. So very simple area. And when you are trying to ascertain the amount of borrowing cost to be capitalized, focus on the dates, date of expenditure, and also if there is any specific borrowings, any temporary investment is made from these specific borrowings, how the income will be adjusted. That is also important area. So spend 1 hour of time. And coming to A17, sir, segment reporting, reportable segment is the most important area. There is a 5 criteria are there to identify whether the segment is a reportable segment or not. In that, focus on most of the students where they are doing mistake is segment result criteria, external revenue criteria. So focus on these two important areas. Only half an hour it will take. Last time, I think, not this time, last time I have given one marathon revision video. In that I have covered A17. So go to that A17, especially check for reportable segment. You can able to complete it in 15 to 20 minutes. And AS18, sir, cover scope of the standard. AS18 basically related party disclosures. So mostly the question will be from the scope of the standard. What are the related party relationships which is covered in accounting standard 18? So please read that scope. And coming to AS20 EPS, sir, focus on the right shares, bonus shares. When right shares and bonus shares are there, how EPS will be calculated, right factor, bonus factor, that area, important area. Please look after it. 2 hours you need to spend. AS22 is examiner's favorite area. In AS22, they're asking basic concept questions only. So understand what is DTI DTL. So I think in my we have a previous AS22 video. So please check it once. You can complete it in 2 hours. 24, discontinuing operations. Very simple standard definition of discontinuing operations and also examples which are not constituted as a discontinuing operations. I think last time I have given a marathon video relating to it. I think it will be around 45 minutes. So you can watch it in 1.5x speed. So you can complete it in 20 to 25 minutes and only 2 or 3 questions are there in the study material. If at all they're asking a question, you can easily answer. And AS28, sir, impairment loss. Sir, most of the students are leaving this standard, sir, but my suggestion is don't go deep into the standard, sir. Just understand how to calculate impairment loss. The basic impairment loss calculation you understand. Because what they're doing is when they're framing a case scenario based question relating to PPEs, they're asking 1 or 2 questions from impairment loss, and that too very simple questions. Calculate how to calculate the basic impairment loss on all they're asking. So that's why 1 hour. AS29, concept of provisions, contingent liabilities, 1 hour. Okay. So these are the all-time high scoring topics or important topics from CA Inter Advanced Accounting. For some standards, the remaining standards I have not provided because I thought they are not important. If you feel AS19, accounting standard 5, if you want to prepare AS9, you can prepare. So all the very best. Hope this will help you to, will help as a guidance to what to prepare in the next coming 10 days. Any doubts you have, I'm always available, sir. Next 10 to 2 weeks. This is my number. Whatever the doubts you have, I'm always ready to help you all. So because this is the crucial time, most of the students will have most of the doubts. So if you want any quick explanation, if you stuck with any problem, if you're not able to understand anything, so please kindly message me in WhatsApp or Telegram. I will try to answer as many queries as I can. All the very best, guys. Thank you.